welcome back to Spirited Willow, where I make videos about plants and witchy goodness. And today I want to start the first video of a series of the magic and medicine of. And today we're going to talk about lavender. Lavender is so popular to work with medicinally and magically for so many different reasons. I mean, it smells amazing, it's great for the bees, it's relatively easy to grow depending on your climate, and it looks beautiful. Oh, and it has a lot of medicinal uses. So lavender is native to the Mediterranean, and because of this, it really likes that kind of climate. It loves loose, sandy soil, it loves being by the coast, it loves getting fresh air, and not too much moisture. It likes to be relatively dry and kind of thrives off of neglect. It's a little bit difficult to grow from seed, but once it's established, it grows really well, and it's also really easy to grow from cutting. It loves being in the sun, it thrives in the heat, it thrives off of neglect, and is really drought tolerant. In my garden, I have about 3 or 4 lavender bushes, 3 of the same type, I believe a type of English lavender, and then 1 of, I think, Spanish lavender. And the only reason why they have survived my climate, which is really humid, is because I mulch them with gravel and I rarely water them. So the gravel helps aerate the roots, and so they don't stand in soggy soil, and it helps the water drain faster and easier, and it also keeps the plants warm in the winter time. Because depending on where you live, lavender might need to be covered during the winter because it might not take frost very well. But the benefit is that there's many different varieties of lavender, and so English lavender, for example, might be a little bit easier to grow in those kinds of areas. So lavender is amazing to grow in the garden because it looks beautiful, but it also attracts pollinators and beneficial insects that keep your vegetables strong so that you have a more fruitful harvest. Lavender is also very strong in smell, which repels a lot of pests that would eat your vegetables, like squirrels or groundhogs or skunks, for example, but it also repels mosquitoes. I honestly like to take a little cutting from the branch or the leaf part of the lavender and I'll rub it on my arms in the summertime to temporarily keep the mosquitoes off of me, and it works fairly well. Lavender essential oil can also do the same thing. Speaking of bug bites, lavender has a huge variety of medicinal uses, and one of those is to stop the itching from bug bites and stings. Lavender is great for the skin and has a history of being used in cosmetics because of this. It's anti-inflammatory, and so it helps quell, soothe, and calm inflamed, irritated, and itchy skin. So if you have a rash, if you have a cut, if you have a bug bite or a bee sting, any of these things will help. Lavender will help tremendously. Lavender is also an amazing nervine, and that means that it calms down our nervous system during times of stress. It helps us feel calm and more at ease. It's known to be good for muscle aches and help dissolving the tension in our body. And another amazing way that it helps us feel calm and lifting our spirits is by increasing the GABA levels in our brain. And by GABA, I mean capital G-A-B-A. GABA is in charge of many different bodily functions, including controlling our hormone fluctuations, but a huge thing that it does is help us lift our moods. It's a mood regulator. It helps promote a feeling of safety and calm and positivity. The way that we can get these mood boosting effects is by inhaling an essential oil or the live plant of lavender, because the smell has medicinal properties, but also you can brew it as a very lightly brewed tea. I say lightly because lavender is so smelly, and because of that it's so strong, and if you brew lavender for a really long time it can get really bitter. Lavender can also be dried and infused into an oil or infused into an alcohol for tinctures to take internally or to use externally as a perfume. Now let's get into folklore. So there is a lot of folklore about lavender. An interesting piece of history is that lavender used to be used in embalming and mummification in ancient Egypt. They used to soak the bandages or the shrouds that they would wrap the dead bodies in, the unalived bodies in, with lavender essence, lavender water. And this shows lavender's connection with the afterlife and with spirits. It's also said that lavender can be used to ward off evil spirits and negativity and to protect from the evil eye. It's said that folks who carry a sprig of lavender in their pocket have the ability to see ghosts. And interesting enough, lavender is associated with Persephone in her embodiment as queen of the underworld. So there's a lot of associations historically and magically with lavender being associated with the dead, with ghosts, with the other worlds, and with spirits. And I think that's where we get this idea that lavender can be used to enhance our psychic abilities. On the flip side, lavender, like I said earlier, has been used in cosmetics throughout history. So we can use lavender for beauty, for glamour magic, and attracting love. Magically, because lavender has the association with the dead and crossing over, we can use lavender as an offering for our ancestors during the Day of the Dead or during times where we want to venerate them, and we can also use it when trying to work with spirits. It can also be used to help loved ones pass over. Lavender can be used for spells of anti-anxiety, for spells when we want to increase our positivity, to have a more positive outlook on life, and to help us when dealing with grief. You can put lavender under your pillow to have psychic dreams, or you can use lavender oil to anoint your third eye or anoint any part of your body to help get into a meditative and trance state. Lavender can also be used in magic to clear out any negativity and to cleanse our thoughts, to clear our mind, and to clear the path forward. So let me know down below if you have any new and exciting ways that you like to use lavender, or if you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and if you did enjoy this video and you got something from it, please like it and subscribe to my channel, because it helps me out so much and lets me know that I'm doing something right and gives me the inspiration to keep making these videos for you all. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I really hope to make this a series, and I'm really excited and inspired now that spring is here and now that so many of our plants are starting to grow again. So please stay tuned for that, and I will see you for another magical talk next time. Bye for now.